Jai Shri Krishna. Good morning everyone. In today's entrepreneurial development class, we are going to discuss about business idea generation techniques. So there are various techniques of business idea generation are presented in brief in this chapter. So we'll see one by one. Basically, these business ideas are generated in the product or project identification stage, and these business ideas are considered as a business seed, and later it will expand and grows into a business tree. Okay, and basically these business idea can emerge from technical source that is within the company, and from a market source that is considered as outside the company. And let us discuss about the business ideas from technical sources. So generally these new ideas are generated within the company. They are basically generated by the scientists working in the research and development department, or by the engineers working in the production department, or also by the field staff who may get new ideas while solving problems. Okay, so basically these ideas are related to new methods to be adopted in the production, or new product design, or about new machinery. Okay, and there are various methods of generating ideas from market sources. Okay, we'll discuss each one of them in brief in the following slides. Okay, so number one is focus group. So in this method, a group of consumers is interviewed. Okay, a moderator lead a group, and he will lead a group through open and in-depth discussion rather than simply asking questions, and the moderator focuses the discussion of the group on the new product area, either in a direct or non-direct manner. Basically a group consists of 8 to 14 members. The selection of a group member should be done carefully, or else it might become useless exercise at the end of it. And this method can also be used for not only generating new business idea, but also for screening ideas and concepts. Okay, and in this method the participants are given small gifts for sparing 3 to 4 hours. So this is about focus group. Next we'll move on to brainstorming. Okay, so in this method a group of consumers are selected. They focus on a specific market or product area. Here freewheeling discussion is encouraged to generate wider ideas, and brainstorming needs to generate it tends to generate lots of ideas. When there are greater number of ideas, then more will be likelihood of useful ideas emerging. Okay, in this method the group is encouraged to combine various ideas, and the improvement of these ideas leads to new ideas. Here criticism and negative comments are prohibited. In brainstorming there are no experts present dominating the discussion. While most of the ideas generated by the group will have no basis for further development, frequently 1 or 2 very good ideas emerge. This technique is probably the most well known and widely used technique for business idea generation and creative problem solving. It is an unstructured process for generating all possible ideas about a problem within the limited time frame through spontaneous contributions of participants. A good brainstorming session starts with the problem statement that is neither too broad nor too narrow. Once a problem statement is prepared, 6 to 12 individuals are selected so that a wide range of knowledge is represented. So this is about brainstorming. Next, we'll move on to reverse brainstorming. It is mostly similar to brainstorming, except that criticism is allowed here. Here in reverse brainstorming, criticism is allowed. In fact, this technique is based on finding fault by asking questions. For example, in how many ways can this idea fail? Okay, since the focus is on negative aspect, care must be taken to maintain the group morale. So reverse brainstorming can be effectively used prior to other techniques to stimulate innovative thinking. So this process often involves identification of everything wrong with an idea, followed by the discussion of ways to overcome these problems. So this is about reverse brainstorming. Next, we are going to discuss about Rawlinson brainstorming. So here in this method, the group interact individually with the leader rather than with each other. Okay, so here the group is interacting with the individual, and the group will not discuss with each other. The members will not discuss with among themselves. And for example, the group leader will hold up a pen and say to the group, "This is not a pen, what is it?" He will raise a question. Okay, and the group is encouraged to produce series of answers. Okay, the group will say it is a midget space racket, or they'll say it's ear plug. So these answers seize upon some aspect of a pen. So these answers will depend upon some aspect of a pen, like its shape, its color, or its sharpness, or its ability to make marks, and so on. So in Rawlinson brainstorming, once a problem is identified, all the ideas are fed directly to the chairperson. So with very little interaction between the participants, all the ideas are fed directly to chairperson. So basically this brainstorming session will be very effective provided there are sufficient people to capture and write up all the ideas as they emerge. So it's a very good technique for untrained people to generate lot of ideas quickly. Next, we'll see about problem inventory analysis. Problem inventory analysis. So in this method, basically this method uses individuals rather a group to generate new ideas. So instead of generating the ideas themselves, participants are provided with a list of problems for a product category. So they are then asked to identify and discuss the products in this category that have a particular problem. So this method is often very effective as it is easier to relate known products to suggested problems and arrive at a new product idea than to generate an entirely new product idea. So this method can be used to test a new product idea. For example, using this approach, it is possible to develop an exhaustive a list of problems. So the problems such as related to weight, taste, appearance, cost of the product, like that. So once a complete list of problems is developed, individual can associate products with each problems, and the results from problem inventory analysis must be carefully evaluated, as they may not actually reflect a new business opportunity. So to ensure best results, problem inventory analysis should be used primarily to identify product ideas for further in-depth study. So this is about problem inventory analysis. Next we'll move on to synectics. So synectics is a creative process that forces the individual to solve problems through one or four analogy mechanisms, like personal, direct, symbolic, and fantasy. So at first, the problem owner and a carefully chosen group of people are brought together who might bring alternative perspective to the problem. So here strangeness is eliminated by accepting familiar perspective, seeing the problem through fresh eyes. So once the strangeness is eliminated, participants engage themselves in the second step, making a familiar strange through personal, direct or symbolic analogy, which ideally result in a unique solution being developed. So this is about synectics.